What happens when you give Shakespeare to children labeled as mentally disabled? In a world obsessed with measuring, categorizing, and limiting human intelligence, one courageous woman dares to challenge the concrete walls we build around the minds of our youth. The year is 1975, and the cold streets of Chicago's inner city are home to a public school system that has quietly given up on its most vulnerable youth. A passionate schoolteacher named Marva Collins grows deeply frustrated by an administration that routinely writes off low-income children as unteachable, retarded, or learning disabled. Refusing to accept this bleak, institutional verdict, she makes the radical decision to walk away and open her own school, Westside Preparatory, inside the modest second-floor apartment of her own home. She begins this quiet revolution with just 4 students, including her own children, determined to completely reject the fixed mindset labels assigned to them by society. Instead of relying on the standard, dumbed-down textbooks of the era, Collins boldly introduces these young, supposedly disabled minds to the towering literary worlds of Shakespeare, Sophocles, Tolstoy, and Dante. She treats every single child who walks through her door not as a deficit to be managed, but as an extraordinary genius waiting to be awakened. Whenever a student struggles with the demanding texts, she refuses to lower her high standards or yield to frustration. Instead, she constantly adapts her teaching strategies, meeting their difficulties with a relentless, guiding promise: "I will not let you fail." Her unwavering, fierce belief in their capacity to stretch and grow slowly transforms this small apartment room into a sanctuary of limitless potential. Over the years, this radical experiment yields miraculous results as every single one of her students, many of whom had been written off as mentally disabled, graduates, attends college, and enters the world as a highly successful professional. Marva Collins' triumph reveals a profound, undeniable truth about the nature of human capability and the destructive power of fixed labels. When we define others, or even ourselves, by their current limitations, we blind ourselves to the magnificent heights they can reach through dedication, strategy, and patience. By cultivating a growth mindset, we realize that intelligence and talent are not static traits set in stone, but living muscles that expand when met with challenge. When we reject the labels imposed upon us and embrace the journey of growth, we unlock the extraordinary, hidden potential that resides within every human soul. Subscribe for one story, one lesson, every week.